Kevin Hart's beat.
Hello everybody, this is Armstrong Sports here, back again with another video today. After 6 months this time. Not got my record yet, but I'm getting there, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 rookies of the 2021 NHL season so far, as of February 28th, because that's when I'm making this recording. Just a little bit of a rundown on the video first for you guys. So I'm going to be talking about the top 10 rookies of the 2021 season. I'm expecting a lot of these to change as the season progresses, but this is just my opinion as of this point in time. I'm going to be giving my top 10 along with 3 honorable mentions. So just jumping right down into the video, let's start off with the honorable mentions. I'm going to be doing from number 10 to number 1. I'm starting off with my first honorable mention. I have Jarrett Anderson Dolan, a centerman. In 6 games played, he has 3 goals, 2 assists, and 5 points. My second honorable mention is Jane Quilkinen. In 13 games played, a goal, 5 assists, and 6 points. My third is Jason Robertson, a left winger. In 11 games played, 2 goals, 4 assists, and 6 points. These are guys who weren't quite good enough statistics-wise or potential-wise to get into my top 10, but there are still guys who could definitely make this list as the season progresses. Other guys you could potentially put on this list are guys like Alexis Lafreniere, Trevor Zegras, who are both in the league now, but Zegras has played 3 games with the Anaheim Ducks so far, doesn't have a single point, so we still have to wait as that progresses. And Alex Lafreniere has played, okay, I'm gonna put this as sweet as possible, horribly in his debut season so far for the New York Rangers. I'm hoping that improves as the year progresses, and I'm actually expecting it to. I'll probably do another one of these videos at the end of the season, but for now, let's just see how the season's progressing so far. Starting off with number 10, I have defenseman Jake Bean. Jake Bean, if you remember, was in the 2016 NHL draft. Yes, it's been a while waiting for this guy to make his debut. You probably remember me mentioning him in my 2016 NHL redraft video, where I believe he was like, I think he was like 14 or 13 or something. And I ended up taking him off the list in exchange for somebody else because, well, he hadn't played in the NHL yet, and he was just putting up decent numbers at best in the AHL. But in the NHL, he has definitely proven me, along with a lot of other people, wrong. In 11 games played, a goal, 5 assists, and 6 points, which for a defenseman is actually pretty good. He's done an astonishing job at quarterbacking that second power play unit down in Carolina. He's a great playmaker, good skater, and he has a pretty damn decent shot himself. I think Jack Bean has a lot of potential. Do I expect him to keep up the same type of pace for the rest of the year? Not quite. Unless by some miracle he ends up getting bumped up to Carolina's first power play unit. If that ends up happening, I can see him getting a lot more points. But if he remains on the second power play and only getting third pairing ice time, I can't see him getting any much better than 6 points in 11 games. And even that's a bit much. I will not be surprised if this decreases as the year goes on. I had him just beating out people like Kuokkanen, and Dolan, as I think he still has a lot more potential than those 2 guys. And the thing about Dolan, sure, he has 5 points in only 6 games, but it's too small of a sample size to quite judge him yet. Moving on to the 9th overall position, I have, from Chicago, Philipp Kurashev. Philipp Kurashev, I put down center, left winger, and right winger, as he's traditionally a center, but he also played left wing, and he's playing right wing right now for the Chicago Blackhawks. He's kind of all over the place. I think the coach is basically just like, okay, Kurashev, what position do you want to play? Okay, heads left wing, tails right wing. Pretty much. I'm expecting for next week him to become a defenseman. All joking aside, Kurashev is a great stick handler. He can dangle in a phone booth, this kid. Great speed, really tough, really soft hands and tight. I think he really has a scoring touch. Kurashev in 21 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists, and 9 points. Now you see, Chicago, I think, have a really, really bright future. The majority of their main core from years prior are pretty old and probably approaching into their last couple of years in the league. But they're actually starting to get other guys to potentially fill in for those guys once they retire. Chicago, spoiler alert, I have 3 Chicago Blackhawks on this list today. A lot of their rookies have really stood up to the plate this year. They really came up big. I honestly think their coach has done a great job at utilizing their skill sets and making them better players than they were honestly projected to be. But I think there's still a lot of molding that you can do with this player. I think Kurashev's full potential has still not even been close to getting reached. 9 points in 21 games, sure, it's decent. 5 goals in 21 games, actually not that bad. But I think Kurashev has a lot more potential that still has yet to get tapped at, which is why I'm going to leave him here at 9th for now, even though I think he has the potential to rise up the list a lot further. Moving on to the 8th overall position, Gabriel Vilardi from the LA Kings, centerman. This guy has one of the best shots of the entire rookie class this year. I'm dead serious. Vilardi has a shot to kill. This guy pins the top corner like it's no tomorrow. Really reminds me of like a Matthews-esque player. The way that he's not really that, like I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Matthews, but just the way that he can pick a spot on the net and pin it almost every single time on a consistent basis. I can potentially see him getting a lot more power play time in the future. You give the puck to this guy, you get him in a shooting position that he is comfortable with, and he is going to snipe that top corner every time. He is going to be in goalies' nightmares for the remaining decade or so. Serious potential here. Another player who I can definitely see climbing up the list as the season progresses. For now though, I'll leave him here. I think these next 10-20 games is really going to be hit or miss when it comes to Vilardi. I think these next 10 games you're really going to start to see how he's going to be in the future, more specifically. If he's going to explode out of nowhere and just become this amazing elite sniper, or if he's going to fall down into a more maybe 20 goal a season type of guy. Moving on to the 7th overall slot, Nils Hoglander from the Vancouver Canucks, left winger. This kid, I not only have him at 7th. Honestly, I would love to put him a lot higher, but this rookie class is just really good and really deep right now. But this is the kid I can definitely see topping, I repeat, topping this list near the end of the year. He has great potential, great hands, his shot is terrific, he's great at puck protection, and he's just an all-around generational talent. I think when it comes to Hoglander, the points are going to start coming. Me being a Leafs fan, I've had the opportunity to watch this guy in game quite a couple times already this year, and he just really shows a lot of potential to me. Like, you're on a team like Vancouver who has so many great young players, it's really difficult for a rookie to actually stand out and perform and impress people. And Nils Hoglander has done a great job of doing that so far this year. He's great at the puck pursuit, he's great at going around the net, great cycler. He's just an all-around terrific player. So far though, only 9 points in 24 games. That's a big reason why I haven't brought him any higher than I have, is because so far he hasn't quite tapped that potential. I think if you return to this list later this year, or even a couple years down the line, Nils Hoglander might be the best player in this rookie class. Moving on to the 6th overall slot, I have Josh Norris, centerman from the Ottawa Senators. Josh Norris, 23 games played, 4 goals, 8 assists for 12 points. Mr. Norris is a great hockey player, all around just a great player. Like when I'm looking at centermans when they're rookies, I'm especially looking at how they play defensively, how they can handle the puck, how they are tracking the other player's centerman. And Norris does this fantastically, and he also has a scoring touch to come along with it. The best two-way forward in this rookie draft class, by far. But if you're looking for the type of guy who will score you like 30, 20 point goals a year, this isn't your guy. I'm going to be completely honest, he has played way better than expected from a goal standpoint goes. I think from Norris, you're going to be expecting 10, maybe 15 goals a year. Any more than that, I highly doubt it. This is more the type of guy who's going to play solid in his own zone and maybe put up 30, 40 points a year with his great passing abilities and just tremendous hockey IQ. I've been impressed with Noah so far. I think he has really excelled my expectations for him. With that being said, I am not expecting for him to stay as high up in the list as he is right now later on in the year. Sorry, Ottawa, I'm just not a huge believer in him, man. Moving on to the 5th overall spot, Pius Sutter, centerman. All the way up in Chicago. Pius Sutter has a great release, great shot, he's a sniper, really fast player. 22 games played, 6 goals, 5 assists, and 11 points. Pius Sutter has had some highlight reel goals so far this year. He seems to be so good at just cutting defenses in half, going right up the middle, great fast hands, stick handling through the aisles, and a great shot, really quick release. That's one thing I've been impressed with Pius Sutter so far. He's had a lot of success when it comes to cross ice passes and quick little one-time snapshots into the net. He has a really fast release, and that can catch a lot of goaltenders off guard. That plus his speed and soft hands, it's a wicked combo set for disaster against opposing defenses. Pius Sutter with only 11 points in 22 games, big reason why I haven't put him any higher than he is. But with that being said, I think Sutter has tremendous potential. I think you can see him rising up to maybe top 3 later on in the year. I'm going to be honest, out of all Chicago's rookies, he's probably the one I've been most impressed with. And yes, there's one more coming up. Mostly just because I think potential-wise, from what I've seen from him in the past, not just from this NHL season, but also in years prior in the minor leagues, I think Pius Sutter has some tremendous potential, and I think that can really replicate into being an elite NHL player someday. Moving on to the 4th overall slot, I have another Chicago Blackhawk player, Kevin Lankinen, goaltender. Kevin Lankinen is by far the best rookie goaltender in this season. 14 games played, 259 goals against average, a 921 save percentage. Lankinen has came in and really impressed a lot of people. A lot of people were not talking about Lankinen when it came to this rookie season. A lot of people were expecting for him to flop, if do decent at all. A lot of people were thinking backup goaltender at best. And Lankinen has turned into a lot more than that. He's turned into an elite goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks, and he's really been a rock along with Pius Sutter and Kurashev that has really driven this Blackhawks sort of revival, if you will. Lankinen as a goaltender has terrific lateral movement. He really relies on his reflexes and his controlled movements when it comes to scrambles in front. I think he has tremendous rebound control, either always controlling the shot and stopping play, or trajecting the puck safely out of the way into the corner or something. He shows me a lot of veteran capabilities that a lot of rookie goaltenders don't have. When you think of a rookie goaltender, most of the time, they'll stop up the puck and then humongous rebound in front, free for anybody else to slap it in. Lankinen is not like that. I have to give his coaches some tremendous thumbs up, for turning this guy into the player he has become. The way that he's so smart with his rebound control, it's great. He moves around a lot, he has a lot of good reflexes, and he tends to really adjust to plays on the fly, which I think could end up hurting him in the long run. But at the same time, he's controlled enough with it that he's always in the right position at the right time. He doesn't allow his sometimes crazy movements to get him out of position, and that is a tremendous skill to have. I think that he could really be something someday. Moving on to the 3rd overall slot, I haven't forgotten about you, Otto. Tim Stutzla, left winger. Tim Stutzla, me being a Leafs fan, I have been able to see this guy a lot this season, and he has looked incredibly well. He has astonishing speed, he has really quick hands, and great puck pursuit. He really tries hard, he really lifts sticks really well. His forecheck on playing without the puck is great. I honestly think his play without the puck is probably as good as his play with the actual puck, which is something great for a kid of his age. 20 games played, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. 12 points in 20 games. This kid is elite. Honestly, if it wasn't for some of the better rookies up the ladder, you could see this kid rising up to the number 1 slot. Honestly, that first game I saw between the Leafs and Ottawa Senators, I thought he was going to be the best rookie of them all. Unfortunately, there's 2 guys who just barely edged him out, which is why I'm leaving Stutzla right here at the 3rd overall slot. And honestly, I think it's a perfect spot for him. But don't get me confused. I guarantee you, Stutzla, or however you pronounce it, will definitely rise up as the year progresses. You can tell, despite him having 12 points already in only 20 games, you can tell there's still that raw potential that he has yet to tap at. I think, honestly, I hate to say this, but I think honestly if he was on a better team, he would have a lot more points. Just saying. Ottawa is not that good of a team, which is really reflected badly, especially on his plus minus, which you should not look at if you want to judge this list. But I think he's a great player. He has lots of potential. I like him. Moving on to the second overall position. Ty Smith, defenseman, a guy who I bet a lot of you were not expecting to be on this list, from New Jersey. In 16 games played, 2 goals, 9 assists for 11 points in 16 games. For a defenseman, that's really good. I have no idea why this guy isn't getting talked about more often, but when I was doing my research for this video, I found this kid. I watched lots of highlights, and I was super impressed with him. Probably a big reason why New Jersey have suddenly turned into this amazing defensive team yet again. Plus, Mackenzie Blackwood just having an MVP caliber season. It just seems like, considering New Jersey doesn't have that good of an offense, like their offense is honestly really bad. I think if it wasn't for that, they'd be a really good team right now. But it just seems like whenever Ty Smith is on the ice, things tend to happen. He's a great playmaker, really good passer, good hands, and he has a super high hockey IQ. I think Ty Smith just knows where to be and when to be in that current position. He's really good at holding the zone well. He's really good at passing down low, passing laterally, even shooting at the net. Another thing I've been really impressed with is his shots. They never tend to get blocked. He's always able to move to a different position, change the angle in a way that he can get the puck to the net properly. And it tends to pay off humongously for not just himself but also the New Jersey Devils. The reason why I'm putting him here over guys like Stutzla, Lankanen, and even Sutter isn't because necessarily I think he's more talented than them, but specifically because of what he brings to his team, what he brings to the table, the way that when he's on the ice, New Jersey just tends to look way more dangerous and way more elite in general. He's just a great all-in-all player, and he makes New Jersey better whenever he's on the ice. Moving on to the first spot, the number 1 rookie so far of the 2021 NHL season. Now, I'm probably gonna butcher this pronunciation, but stay with me. Kirill Kaprizov. Is that good? I honestly don't know. But anyways, Gabriel Kaprizov playing for the Minnesota Wild. He's a left winger. This kid is amazing. There was lots of hype surrounding his name coming into the year. Personally, I didn't buy into it that much, but he has proven so many people wrong. He's proven me wrong at least, because other people I know do think really highly of this kid, and he has exceeded expectations and then some. He's tremendous in puck protection. He has tremendous speed, good playmaking ability, and he capitalizes on turnovers so well. I swear. If you turn over the puck, you better hope Kaprizov is not in front of you, because this kid will score every time. 18 games played, 6 goals, 11 assists for 17 points in 18 games, almost a point per game average for Kaprizov. He's just been astonishing for the Wild, a big reason why they have done as good as they have. I honestly have high hopes for the Wild in the next coming years, because the big problem for the Wild these last few seasons and why they haven't succeeded as well as they have in previous years is their offense. They have been lacking that pure, young, talented, offensive, just pure scoring touch that other teams tend to have. Like, for example, the Leafs, the Blackhawks, the Penguins, the Capitals, Tampa Bay, you get the point. And they finally have that with Kaprizov. Not to mention Marco Rossi, who hasn't been able to play this year thanks to COVID-19 restrictions, blah blah blah, and stuff. But imagine when Marco Rossi comes in. Imagine a young offensive dynamic duo of Marco Rossi and Kirill Kaprizov. These two are going to be absolutely wicked for this team for years to come. Anyways, that about sums up this video. Thank you everybody for watching. But yeah, I'm expecting a little bit of an update. I'm going to be taking a few months off of work at the end of March, so expecting a lot more uploads in April, May, and even June, as I'm going to have a lot more free time to do stuff. But yeah, for now, that's me signing out. Thank you all very much for watching this video. I'm Happy Sports, signing out. Goodbye. And expect more videos, hopefully sometime in the next couple weeks. I'm kidding, hopefully less than that. Okay, bye.